welcome to a special edition, I can't talk straight, of the Lyle Style Show. We have an hour show talking to the owner of Petland, Ronnie. We're going to be talking about everything from behavior, from puppies to what he has in the store, to how to train puppies, to organic type of things, to environmental, all kind of things related to animals and puppies in general. I want to welcome to the show, Ronnie. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you for having me on here.
Yes, I appreciate it. Now, to get right down to what we talked about format a little bit, I want a little bit about your background and where are you from originally?
I'm a Midwestern boy. So born in Minnesota, spent some time in Kansas growing up. Then I remember my parents saying, we're moving to Chicago, and I had a love for mountains. We had been exposed to Colorado there. And they said, we're going to Chicago. And my first question was, do they have mountains there? And my dad goes, no, it's actually a little flatter than where you're at right now. And so I was hoping, and so we moved to the suburbs of Chicago when there was still cornfields.
Okay, what part?
Arlington Heights. And when we moved there, we were on the edge of cornfields.
Ooh,
and when we left, there was no cornfields left.
Big change, huh?
Yeah, huge change of what that all looks like now.
Yeah, because I'm from Chicago myself, so.
So I was a Northwest suburban boy.
Yeah, I grew up in the projects, committing greens, and I moved to South Side.
My wife's Wendy's dad grew up a little bit in the projects right when they were built.
Okay, you're talking about some years ago there. Yeah.
And so we knew a little bit about that.
That was very interesting to be. But Chicago's, I mean, that's my home. Born and raised there, you know.
Yeah.
So I love Chicago, but I love Iowa too because I've been here for a long time. So you grew up, you went to Chicago, you moved around a little bit. Then how did you end up in Iowa?
It was when I was still working for companies at that point, and they transferred me out of the Chicagoland area to Indiana first, and then when things started rocking, they said, let's get you over to Iowa, and so I got here, and that's when I started getting kind of that typical, I got worn out of the big corporate life type thing where you didn't have what you thought was control over your life.
Yeah.
And at that point, I remember it was for 5-10 years that we were looking for something different. And I said, Wendy, I'd love to own my own company. I thought at that point, you're your own boss.
Yes.
You never are your own boss.
You found out now,
I have more people controlling me today than when I was with any corporation before. But so we went on a journey at that point and started looking for a company to own, to start. And that all goes back. I had a strong desire to do this. Back when I was growing up, I did see my dad work in a big company, and he got to start up companies within the company. And he always was so happy about when it happened, and he told me about how fun it was and all that. And so when it got time to high school, I was getting in high school, I did have good math grades, did have good science grades. I was racing motorcycles at that time, and I loved all that mechanical side of things. And I went to my dad and said, he was asking in that conversation that you have about, what are you going to do when you grow up? And he said, what kind of degree do you think you want to get? And I go, I don't know what kind of degree I want to get. And he goes, well, what do you want to do? And I go, well, I want to do whatever I want to do. I want to be my own boss, kind of thing. And he said at that point, he was in engineering. He goes, I think engineering is what you want to get into because it's one of the toughest jobs or degrees to get. And he goes, then you kind of prove yourself, and then you're able to do whatever you want at that point. You can get into management, you can get into desk work if you really want to sit at a desk and draw and all that kind of stuff. You can do that. You can lead people, you can run things, you can design things, you can do pretty much whatever you want. And so I always joke to everybody, I go, I've been trying to prove my dad right all these years on that, because you're always trying to prove your dad wrong.
You're right.
And,
definitely, you're right. That's the opposite. Prove your dad right.
So I worked as an engineering consultant for a while. Then I got into technical sales because I really liked the people aspect of things. And that became more and more of what I really liked about it, is the people interaction.
Oh, okay, talking to people one-on-one.
Yeah, and I love that. So I was working all of Eastern Iowa with a company as an engineer and educating my customers on the engineering aspects of water management, all sorts of fun stuff. And then I just got that itch, you know. I just said, Wendy, we got to do something. And so for 5 years, we looked at different companies that are out there. Somebody gave us the advice of, Ron, it's easier to buy something that's existing than to start something from scratch.
Oh, yeah, right.
And so we went, okay, well, that's great advice. You know, you know what you're talking about. So we started looking for existing businesses to purchase. And we looked at about 10 different businesses out there.
And which ones?
The ones that we got serious, I narrowed it down to what kind of industries would tend to be successful. So I looked at that baby boomer. You know, they're all getting older now. Okay, so how can you go and work for those baby boomers and have something that they want to buy? So hearing aids. There was a company that they had a territory, and they were selling their territory. And I went, oh, that, because hearing aids, my dad had a hearing aid. He's what, 70, in his 70s now. And he had broken it, and he needed to buy a new one. I went, well, it's a consumable. They have to come back, buy another one. I like that. Okay. But that didn't pan out. We looked at, the mobile phone thing is a big business. There was an aspect that we could purchase. Again, somebody had multiple stores in the area, and so we looked at that. I didn't like that because that whole market moves so quickly. So something that you've purchased on one platform quickly can change, and all of a sudden you don't have a company anymore because you don't have anything that can sell. So I said, no, that's not going to be it. There was a lumber manufacturer. I went all over the place.
You did? Wow, that's a broad range of different businesses. Now, what made you get into
so now we stumble upon, and we're working with, like, there's a realtor for selling businesses. Just like realtors will sell a house, well, they call them brokers that sell businesses. And so I was in touch with a broker, and he let me know of an opportunity that's coming, and he said, here, evaluate this one. And so you get to look at all the business plans and all the financials and all that kind of stuff. And we looked at it, but we didn't know what it was. And we looked at it, and Wendy and I went, you know what, I like this. This one's a good one. And so he set up a visit so we can actually meet the current owners of the business. And so we sat down, and the current owners we're just having lunch in West Branch. And they look at us and they go, do you know what business you're looking at? And I go, no, but I am dying to know what it is. And he said, it's Petland in Iowa City. And I know my jaw just dropped. I went, Petland in Iowa City? I don't want to own a pet store. I had never been, and I had never been in the store before, so I didn't know what it was all about. And I went, okay, I liked what I saw before. Let's keep on going. You know, I didn't say that out loud, but I was thinking it. And so we talked with the previous owners. 3 hours later, my jaw again was dropped because I'm like, holy cow, I had no idea there was such a thing like your store out there. And so I was very excited about it. I know Wendy was part of that conversation. She was talking a lot and everything. I didn't really know what she was thinking because we didn't get a chance to talk yet. So we get back in the car, and I didn't want to say I was very excited and then have her just jump on board and say, yeah, I am too. I wanted to know truly, what did she think? So I kind of kept a straight face, and I look at her and I go, hey, you know, Wendy, what do you think about what we just heard? And I didn't give her any indication what I was thinking. And she goes, Ronnie, that was very cool. I would love to get that. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm excited too. And so what we learned then, that wasn't the beginning of the end yet. We contacted Petland. It is a franchise. I would never own that store without having Petland behind us. There is so much going on behind the scenes to be able to run something that complex. There's a lot of moving parts going on. And so I wanted to know more about this Petland from them personally. And so we took a trip out of Chillicothe, Ohio, met all of the team that runs Petland. What I've been through thousands of different companies over the years from my selling and consulting as an engineer. And I never really was, I never got that feeling like, oh, I want to be part of that organization. I loved working with them, great people all the way through, but I never wanted to be part of that company or whatever. When we went to Petland and met all of the corporate people that run all the different parts, I was shocked on the enthusiasm that they had.
Okay, so they have great enthusiasm about with
beyond anything I've ever seen. Passion about what they do and how they feel about it. Integrity is obviously a huge thing. And then the knowledge thing looked like it was all there, but you never know that until you get to drive the car and
exactly.
type thing. And we've definitely we've owned the store for 6 years now, and they definitely have the knowledge to back everything up. So it was a neat experience all the way through that, and learning about Petland, the people behind Petland, loving Petland the way it is, and then now 6 years later, still really passionate. In fact, Wendy. I had just last night or yesterday, all day long, I was cleaning the carpets because our cat had an accident.
Ooh, okay.
And it was all over the place. So I went and got a rug cleaner. I had not done that for a while in the house. And at the end, for some reason, Wendy, we were talking about that. We're talking about pets and stuff. And she goes, "Are you happy about what we did with Petland? 6 years into it."
Right.
And I said, "I would never do something different. I would never change those years." Have they been all easy ones? No. That recession and the recession we're in right now is a tough thing to run a business in.
It is.
But I would never do anything different. It's been the neatest journey ever.
So I realize that you own a pet store, so you have a passion for animals.
Yes. Well, a little bit of background on that. My parents, I grew up with a family of 5 kids. Okay. And we were trouble all the way through. We were a good family. It was fun. And I remember coming home with a baby beagle from one of the farmers. It was down the road. Yeah. And the beagle had puppies, and I was just playing around with the kids and stuff, and we noticed they had puppies over there, so we went over there and we were playing with the puppies, and the farmer goes, "You want to take one home?" And I'm like, yeah, me, I do. And so I picked out a puppy, I walked all the way home, and I walked in the house, and I had the reaction that I think a lot of parents will have. "What are you doing with that puppy?" My mom goes, "Get that puppy out of here before I fall in love with it." Oh, wow. And then she goes, "Ronnie, we've got 5 kids that we're trying to, feed the mouths and keep under control. I just can't take on another thing." And so I didn't get to grow up with the cats and dogs, and so it's not something I have in my core being. It was something that I actually found out a little later on, because when Wendy and I got married, she grew up with a dachshund, a little toy.
Okay. Oh, wow. Toy. Okay.
And so her little dachshund, I got to see. We met in high school. That's where Wendy and I met, and so we're high school sweethearts. And that's where I first got exposed to having a pet dog and everything, just seeing how her family interacts and everything. But then I knew when we got married, and she warned me. She goes, "We're going to have a dog, And, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good with that. Don't worry about that." I know I've never had one, but and so first she brought home a cat. It was about 8 months old, Gilbert, and that's who just had all the accidents over the weekend.
So you had that cat for a while, then?
Yeah. Gilbert is I think 11 years old now, and so she broke me in with Gilbert the cat, and then it was a few years later. There was a dachshund that needed a home, and the family that had her had some issues with her. They were not potty training her, so there was some issues there. And then she was barking a lot, and I didn't know all that going into it. It was one of those things where you kind of here's it. And I said, "Oh, it's a dachshund. It's exactly what Wendy wants." And brought her home, and that's actually what started the understanding about training and everything, and that's probably what really fascinated me. I got that engineering mind, and so I'm into the technical stuff. I like that kind of a thing, And so when we brought Callie home, she only peed and pooed in the house. that was the way it was trained.
Oh my goodness!
And that's what I said. I said, "Oh my goodness." Emily and Andrew, our kids, were like, "Oh my gosh!" This was after a week, and they're seeing us like pulling our hair out because I didn't know what to do. I was learning. Wendy was far more along, but she was also consulting a veterinarian at that point, which was key to the whole process at that point. And we ended up learning how to potty train. And the kids even asked when we were pulling our hairs out. They said, "Mom, Dad, are we going to have to give the doggy back?" And I said, "No, this family here, we commit to a life that's for a lifetime."
Amen.
And I said, "So we're not going to get rid of this dog because we can't take care of it. We're going to take care of it. We're going to figure out how to do that. That's the way it is. We take care of lives."
And I bet you I wound up training the...
We did, and so we didn't know where to go, and our veterinarian did help us out at that point, and that's what sparked, that I saw a huge need in the community for training. On top of it, we went through about 5 months of training with Callie because she was an older dog. She took a little longer to figure out, but now Callie is totally the opposite.
Really?
She will not pee or poo in the house. She will probably hold it till the end because she doesn't have accidents anymore. The only time is if she's sick, if we know something's going on, or she got a vaccination, and again, she just feels, you can tell,
they're not feels lousy.
Yeah.
Wow,
and she has an accident. We go, "Hey, Callie, hey, we know, we feel for you. Here, let's help you out."
Yeah.
We've added Susie, our Maltese poodle.
Oh, wow. Okay.
A little Maltipoo, little white fluffy thing.
Yeah.
And she is a pickle. We've trained her and all that, but she's just like that strong-willed child. Where always trying to push the envelope. You got her potty trained. She goes for 6 months, and then all of a sudden, she has an accident.
You're
like, "Susie, what are you doing?" And so, like a parent with a child, you pull back a little bit. You got to pull the boundaries back a little bit. Show them, okay, you got to stay within the lines here and all that. And so that's again getting more and more into that training side of things.
More education, because I grew up in Chicago when we got our first house in Chicago, Illinois. We had a little dog. He was a little toy poodle. And I was a little kid, so I was I was one of those ornery type kids, which I feel sorry for my little. His name was Malcolm.
I could see the ornery.
I was ornery, man, and he was a little toy poodle. I like big dogs. So my mom had a little toy poodle, and I put that dog through hell. I did. The dog used to be under the bed, under my mom's bed. I used to go under the bed and put a stick and point at the and the dog. I was only like 8 or 10 years old, whatever like that. But looking back now, the dog was. That was my mom's dead prized possession. That was a little toy poodle. It was a black. It was
a little baby.
Yeah, a little baby. And then we got I got a shepherd named Kenyatta. It was a black and brown shepherd.
Yeah, German shepherd.
German shepherd, brown, and that was my dog, man.
Yeah.
That dog with me everywhere I went.
Oh,
He went to me. He stayed in the basement. I went in the basement, played with him, took him out for walks or whatever. And so I grew up with dogs, with those type of dogs, and little dogs are really popular now.
Yes.
As you know, it's just I don't think it's a fad, but people feel so secure with little dogs. Believe me, those dogs are very protective, and they will let you know when someone's around.
Right.
So I do admit that, man. They may not be big, but they'll let you know when someone's around. I tell you that.
Yep, and that's all training. What you're getting into now is how do people train, and if you don't follow a known path, you're training either way. And if you're not engaged with that dog, then the dog's going to start training you.
Exactly.
And so a lot of what you're talking about there, especially that poodle, the German Shepherd, both of those are really intelligent dogs.
Without a doubt,
They're at the top of the line as far as canines go. And so if you're not training them, they'll then start training you.
Yes, I found that out too.
And so that's where you get into some of these troubles that people get into, not only the barking, the biting, the pooping and peeing, and the things that frustrate a lot of people, but also the aggressive, or what you talked the protective.
Yeah.
take for example, we're gonna get a little. You know what? Let's get a little puppy out.
Okay, we can get.
I'm gonna give you the territorial one.
Yes. Ooh, okay.
First,
let me see.
This one's gonna be real territorial.
Okay, let me see this little dog here.
Vicious, in fact.
Now, as long as the dogs don't urinate on me, now see that'd be my worst nightmare. Ooh, the dog, look, how you doing?
So now this is
a little puppy.
This is a little Yorkshire
How you
Terrier.
doing? Are you asleep?
They were, yeah, and actually I heard him snoring in there. So you're gonna get a little bashful. This one definitely.
How you doing? How you doing? Oh, look at you. Look at you.
Oh,
you are so. Let me
Okay.
Okay, now you're on my coat. Okay, young man. Now are you grabbing on my coat? Hey, let everybody see you. Let everybody see you. Look.
I'm gonna get up here.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you something.
Okay, show me something.
You're gonna do.
I think he did something on me. Oh no, he didn't. Okay, thank God. Thank goodness he didn't do anything.
I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
I'll hold that, and we're gonna understand why I'm gonna have you do. I want you to
that's
hold this one, and in fact, the TV's gonna show us a little bit of thing. I want you to, when Lyle gets this one back, I want you to focus in on the puppy, and I want you to see, notice that the legs are up and everything. So Lyle, I want you to hold it like a baby like that.
Okay, hold it
and
like
I want the belly up.
Oh, the belly up. Okay, like
and
this.
And your left arm.
Okay, my left
arm. I think that's gonna
okay, now don't turn around.
Oh, we're getting.
You can honor me now. Okay, young man. Okay, yes.
Get him tucked right back in here.
Okay, tucked back. Okay, this is different. I've never. How you doing, young? Okay. Oh, now see that's why I don't have kids. God. Okay, like this.
All right, and then I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm
okay,
I'm gonna have you hold it specifically.
Okay.
Like this.
Okay, like
I
that.
Want this hand in here.
Oh, okay.
And I want you to make sure that the belly stays up.
Okay, okay.
And this one's not gonna say go lightly.
How you doing?
Now.
Okay. How you doing?
We talked about that territorial
yes,
thing.
Yes, and what's his name?
This is, gosh, there is any name you want. We do not name our puppies in the store because we let the customers do that.
Okay.
And so this is a little Yorkshire Terrier,
York, how you doing?
As a little Yorkie.
Yes, you're ooh, you are such a little, okay. Oh, now
you're losing a battle
I'm losing a battle.
Now,
okay.
So you need to take control.
Okay, take control.
And this is actually
Take control, young man. Is it?
And I'm gonna have another one out, and so we can.
Why won't you act right with me? Okay, I'm too nice. Okay, here we go. So, you ain't doing right.
And this is parenting.
I see. I'm used to having him on the other side.
Oh, are you okay? If it works better on the other side.
I'm
then
right.
Do that.
How you doing? Okay, young man. How you doing?
I make it look too easy here.
Yeah, you are, man. Oh, look at you. You're a pro, man. I'm an amateur, as you can see. How you doing?
So,
boy, I bet everybody love you.
So an example of training, and it's something you unintentionally train. Let's say this little Yorkie, you get him home, and you're playing around in the house, having a lot of fun, and then by accident, or by coincidence, the doorbell rings.
Yes.
And everybody knows, okay, the little doggy goes running towards the door.
Yes, yes.
And the dog is barking, and it's just like a newborn baby. You know, when they're crying and they're this tiny little infant, it sounds so cute and everything.
He does.
And so you take them up and you go, oh, you're such a little good thing, you know. Well, if you pick them up when they're barking and do that, you just reinforce barking.
Oh.
You just told them, hey, I love what you just did.
Oh,
keep on doing that.
Yes.
And so what you don't want to pick them up and console them when they're barking.
Oh, okay.
You want to, when they're quiet, then it's pick them up, have a good time.
Oh.
And so in general, that's a way you stop the barking on the front end. And as a puppy, it's a little easier to do that training. As they get older, it's a little more difficult. But you can teach an old dog a new trick.
You can.
You just have to use a little bit. You got to have a little more strong will on it.
Okay. You are so beautiful.
So getting into this is a little black pug,
that's a little
and
black
you've got
and I got the Yorkie.
You've got a little Yorkie. And so these guys were just snoring away.
Look at you. What's wrong? Are you tired?
That and the surface is getting used. That's a slick surface.
Oh, it is.
So
yes.
he's like, I can't even get traction.
I see. I can't run. I can't go. Ooh, this little boy. This is a cutie boy. Now,
yes, Yorkies are definitely
does he
cute.
look like me? No, no. Oh, dog.
No,
well,
you have
look
a lot
better than I do, boy.
You have a lot more hair than that Yorkie does.
Oh,
yeah.
You're good. Okay, man. You have the jokes on my show. Okay. Okay, how old is this little one right here?
We are right at 9 weeks, coming up on 9 weeks.
Wow, this is pretty.
Actually, same thing with this guy.
Oh,
this one had a question.
Okay, yes. Now, do they play with each other?
Yes, yeah. These guys are kennel mates in the store.
Oh, y'all kennel mates?
And if they weren't so bashful right now,
yeah, why are you so bashful? Look at the camera. See the camera looking right at you.
Although probably for you, it's not a bad thing that they're a little bashful right now.
Yeah, because I don't want them to get excited. See, that's my nightmare, having a dog urinate on me. See, that would be. See, I said, if I do this show, watch to see a dog urinate on me,
They're
man.
just babies.
I know. I mean, look, and you can't do nothing with little puppies too, because look at you. You can't get mad.
Yeah.
Because they are so cute. Oh, look at.
So now the
so cute. Look at, he's just trying to get his.
So the first thing to do in training then is exactly what this little pug's doing.
Okay.
And that is getting used to belling up.
Oh.
And why this is important to do this is in the litter. When the mom was working with the puppies, if one of them got out of line, it would literally nose it over so it would be on it, so belly up, and it would growl into the belly, into the chest.
Yeah.
And so why it's important for you to do that is that's a sign that you're in charge here. Oh. And so what was that? That one was turning over.
Yeah. Why was he doing that?
He was saying, "You're not in charge. I am."
Are you?
And so here,
was you saying that?
Look at the pug is doing the same thing. So now you just have to say no.
Is that what he was saying to me?
That's what he was saying.
Hey man, this is my show, young man. It's my show. You understand that? Now you're gonna have to do. Hey, see that? See the camera right there? The camera loves you. Okay, but can you bark? Oh, okay, good. Don't bark.
Yeah. No encouraging barking.
You know, we don't encourage. See, I'm bad with dogs. See, I'm a pushover. And I think they know that because I love to play with dogs.
Having a dog,
discipline is not my. I should learn how to discipline, but they are so cute, stuff like that. But you have to discipline them. You have to show them.
In specific ways, because dogs don't speak our language, because they're not human. We have to learn to communicate in their way, which is totally different in many ways than ours in the communication part. But there's a lot of similarities. Like we just talked about, who's in charge. Well, that has to happen in the house too. And in our households, we tried to take control at one point.
Yes,
and what did mom and dad do? They took the control right back. And so this is the simple way of doing exactly that, saying, hey, I'm in charge here, you're not.
So let me try this.
And so with my little Maltese poodle, I always call her my little pickle at home.
Okay, there you go.
With her, she fought this.
Did she?
Like when I did this, she was wiggling. I mean, she just didn't want to stop. She goes, no, you're not. No, you're not. And so after about 20 minutes of the first night when we had Susie home, she finally started relaxing. And then she fell asleep.
Now, when the camera wasn't on me, the dog acting right. The camera's on me, now the dog, okay, young man. Now the dog is, that's how it happens to me, man. No. When the camera's ain't on me, okay, young man, you're going to have to sit here. We're going since the expert are talking.
Well, but that's it's excellent to see that, because there's a lot of people that do this and go, well, wait, why doesn't it work for me?
Yeah.
It doesn't work. It's all into what is the puppy doing. Like this one here is trying to fight it right now.
Yeah, I see.
So now I just politely go, no, we're going to go back to this position.
Wow,
and then I might even put a little hand there, just saying, okay, everything is good. I'm going to keep you there.
You're like a dog whisperer type person.
Well, let's see how we do here. We're going to switch.
We're going to switch here.
I'm going to help you out.
Okay,
here.
Please do, because
I'm going to put this one down.
He's about to move.
Oh, okay, what did he just do? Oh, I don't know. No.
Don't jump, man. I told you, don't scare me. Okay, young man.
All right, now try the same thing.
How you doing, young man? You going to act right with me? Huh? Oh, yeah. God. Now, this is ridiculous now. This ain't happening with this one right here. Come on now. Don't.
This guy's so tiny.
Okay, why you do? Okay, now, what's up? Okay, now, something wrong. Now, what? Okay, I'm going to turn you on this side. Okay, here we go.
You know what's an easier way?
He won't do this to me.
Here's an easier way. Okay. It's not camera friendly, but maybe for you, we can watch this one. For you, I wanted you to do it this way.
How you doing?
This is a much easier way. Can you see this a little bit?
They can't get down to the. No, they can't. Now, let's put that. Okay, I'm going to have you sit. He must know you. because it's all oh God. Why do you?
You might just move off to the side and
I
they
know,
can see on TV.
you know,
I want them in your lap. I want belly up, and I want you to hold the
Okay.
top two legs, the front
hold
legs.
top two, front legs.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There you
now
go. See,
we cooking with,
that's
now,
much easier. Now I'm going to go to the advanced setting here.
Okay. Now you know what? We got 30 seconds left in this half. So what we're gonna do? I mean, this is very. Oh, you got the hiccups too. Oh shoot! Then hurry up so we can get off the air. So he gonna do what he gonna have to do. Okay, we got 30 seconds left.
He's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it.
That's me, man. I'm telling you, man. In my head, I'm thinking something's gonna happen before the show's over with. 30 seconds left. We're gonna be going to a break right fast, and we're gonna be back with the second half. Talk to Ronnie here a little bit about education, about puppy training, because I need. Oh, he's biting me now. Because I need puppy training real bad. So I think we should be back with a commercial with a PSA, and we're gonna be back in I think probably 30 seconds. Okay, now he's biting me. Okay, stop biting, man.
I think you're nothing but trouble.
I am trouble, man. The dogs don't like me. I love you, dog. Okay, now, so should we be back with Ronnie from Petland in a little bit. So I want y'all to stay tuned and watch the second half of this show.
I am
PATV.
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 I am PATV. Oh, no, I am PATV. You can't laugh. You're supposed to be tough and scary, you know.
Well, we back again. That was too quick because the dog was acting all right. Are you acting all right? Let me see if you're going to act right here. Okay, yes.
Well, I think I need to do some training with you.
Yeah, you do.
And actually, that's what we're seeing here is exactly that.
Okay.
When you go
I'm
and
a rookie.
when you learn training to train a dog, you're learning. You're the one that is being trained.
Yes, I am.
Because what we need to do is show you how to train a dog, and in order you to train a dog, we have to train you.
Yeah, you definitely have to train me.
And so we're going to do that. That's what we're doing right now, and that's
Teach me how to train. Now this is the first step.
So why this is so important?
Okay, maybe you go this way. Okay, young man. Okay, now what? Do you like my face? Okay.
Well,
maybe you go this way.
Maybe you just need to enjoy that pug.
Okay, let me enjoy. Okay,
let
how
that pug just give you some kisses and some hugs.
Kisses. Don't give me kisses and hugs, huh? What'd you say? What? Okay, yes, yeah. Ooh.
There we go.
Okay, but don't do that to me, young man. Oh my goodness! Now
there was something good in that ear. It's still licking its chops.
Oh, look at me. Okay, you are so beautiful. Okay, now don't you urinate on me? That'd be my worst nightmare. Yeah.
Don't you worry about that.
Because I'm telling you, my luck is so bad.
Although if you worry about it enough, it'll happen.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Stop talking about. Now you know what? I would stop doing that. Okay, you got a whole bunch of things in your store. You got kittens in your stores. You got birds in your stores.
Yeah,
you got snakes in your stores.
We have a whole variety of puppies. So a lot of people come in just to see, what is this puppy like? What's that puppy like? Puppy will. People will come in looking for.
Mouth, man. Okay, now they don't do that. They don't look in your mouth for you.
There's no problem with them.
Don't do that, man. You better not.
I guess I personally am not one that does that, but
brothers don't like that, man. I'm a brother, so I'm telling you right now, we grow the line with animals. No, this area right here,
stay away.
Yeah. Okay, how you doing? Now you all right with me, young man? Now we got the little bug. Okay, and you got kittens. You say little
kittens, and what we do something special for kittens in that we take in unplanned litters from the community.
Okay.
And so if there is a family that finds a litter, they take care of that litter until they're 8 weeks old, and then they actually take them to our veterinarian, Dr. Ebert, over at General Heart Pet Clinic, and then Dr. Ebert checks them out, make sure they're all nice and healthy.
Now he's biting on the mic. Okay, stop that.
Everybody heard that one.
Yeah, you did. Stop biting the mic. Okay.
And then after she gives them the okay, then they come into our store and we adopt them out, and we're extremely.
Ooh, okay. Okay, don't bite the mic. Okay, good. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead. Don't mind. Do
you want this lazy one back?
I'm afraid of that one right there. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, but you, then you get them adopted out and everything like that. So.
Yeah, we're very, very good. In fact, we have no kittens right now. As soon as we get the litters in, we find homes for them very quickly. Now, so we're very successful at finding litters.
I want to ask you a question. You had, I saw some farriers in there. Ferrets.
Ferrets.
Oh, God, Ferrets.
Yeah, we always like to have
You
ferrets.
have ferrets.
Yeah.
I wish you'd have brought some ferrets. They probably need a
Oh
little
wait,
bit more
hold on.
money.
If you cannot take care of a little puppy, a ferret,
What, a ferret?
it was gonna
Would
eat you alive.
Leave me alive. It'd probably be all over my back and neck and everything.
Yeah.
Running around, all that type of.
Yeah,
okay.
Ferrets are a wonderful pet. We get special
Okay,
kind of ferrets called Marshall ferrets.
Marshall ferrets.
And they are all spayed, neutered.
Oh, good.
They have their scent gland, one of their
you do?
scent glands removed. You can't remove both of them.
Oh, okay.
And then we get a lot throughout. One of the themes in our store, and you noticed it, when you come into the store, is that everything is open. You could pick up a ferret.
Yes, you can.
You can play with a ferret, and there's a specific purpose to that. And that's a little bit about why is Petland named Petland? What does it sound like?
Petland.
Sounds like Disneyland.
Yes.
And what happened was there's a gentleman who founded Petland named Ed Kunzelman, and he is still running the company today, along with his daughter is also in there, and he's got a lot of other very smart people.
Yeah. Okay.
Helping them.
Yes, he
and
is.
Ed Kunzelman grew up in the age when Disneyland opened up.
Oh.
And what he loved about Disneyland is what they did to carnivals, and that they took kind of a dirty, smelly situation like a carnival, maybe a little scary,
Yep.
and made it into something
Okay,
very.
that's good. I'm glad it's not on me. That's all right. I could take that.
Are you
one. Yeah. Okay. Oh, now they did that. See, I knew y'all was gonna do that to me. Okay, this little pet. Thank you, because he got some claws on him, man.
Oh yes. To take care of you.
You mess up my suit.
They know that you
now
can get
this
out
one
of.
right here is quiet. I like you. You quiet. You ain't gonna say nothing. You gonna good. Now what in the heck?
It's magic.
Did you see that?
I'm the dog
You
whisperer.
see what he just did? Now I've been trying to do this all the time. He won't even do that. You could do.
See
man,
there?
How do you do
See,
that,
look
man?
at there. You just have to. My hand right there is what's controlling the whole
Oh.
thing. And it's just like a
Look at
parent
that.
controlling that child.
Look at that though.
Oh, you wait here long enough and
Yeah.
they'll just fall asleep.
Look at that. He just relaxed. Don't look at me like that, man. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he's looking at you
like yeah.
Well, just let me at him again. I'll take care of that
If I take you, boy, you got some problems, man. Dang. I can't do that for nothing. And I'm not thinking dogs love me, but evidently they just know I'm a pushover, man.
And that's okay.
Yeah, I love animals. I really do. It's a good thing.
And you know what? In my house, I'm the trainer, and there's been times when the kids and Wendy, I'll say, hey, why is like Susie? She's our little pickle. So I'll come home and I'll go, why is Susie barking? Well, we trained her not to, Dad. And I go, yeah, but watch this, Susie. No.
And she stops.
And she quiets.
Ooh,
And I'm not yelling. I'm not hitting. I'm not doing anything. I'm just taking care of her. And what I would do here, let's say Susie was. Let's say Susie was barking or something like that right now. And what you want to do is, I've been showing you that hold that I have.
Yeah, you got a
so
good hold.
let's say Susie was barking right now. I would go, Susie, and then I'd put her, now I'm showing her that I'm in charge. And then I might do on top of that, no. And I just slightly press down, slightly. I'm not hurting or anything. Just slightly press down on her chest and go, no. And what I'm doing is simulating what the mom did in the litter. She would roll them over with her nose, push into the chest, and go, grr.
Oh.
Well, I'm just, instead of saying grr, I'm saying no.
No.
Now, ladies, sometimes the voice is a higher pitched. Sometimes they don't respond because it's too high a pitch. So what I say is, do the grr. Because it naturally brings out those lower voice tones, and so they go, grr, and get them out a little bit.
Remember that.
And so right now, what's going on here? So, but never lost control.
I see that. You're the horse whisperer. I mean, you're the dog whisperer, man. I tell you, I try to grab this little one. He just on the back of my head and everything like that. I mean, wow, that is.
So you need somebody else in your house that
will
take control and all that.
I'm just a pushover though, because I love animals so much. But you do have to love them. Be firm with love.
And set And set boundaries.
Set boundaries, yeah.
Children do extremely well when you put boundaries.
Yes.
Dogs do really well when you put boundaries. We all do very well in boundaries. If we didn't have those boundaries, we'd have pandemonium.
Right.
And so now that's what training is all about.
That's so true, man. That's
Put those boundaries around it.
I know. Now, I want to get to a little bit about, you got so many different things that you do at Petland. Okay, first thing you talk about experts about behavioral training, behavioral type thing.
Right there, you're looking at what's called the 4 basic needs of a puppy. And there's 4 basic needs for
first one's
a
behavioral,
kitten and a bird and a reptile and fish. And so this is a nice example of 4 basic needs for a puppy.
Now, what's behavioral?
Behavioral is a little bit about what we're talking here.
Oh, okay.
It is a little bit about potty training. And so you'll find there's, for instance, a product called a stain and odor remover with an enzyme in it. And why that's important is you're trying to modify a behavior of the dog when you're doing the potty training. Okay. You want the dog to go where? To potty where? You want to
potty outside. Yes, yes.
And so if they have an accident, okay, they are babies, we could talk about how to minimize the accidents within the house, but when you do have an accident, they are babies, so it's going to happen. You want to clean it up properly because one thing that's unique about a dog, I hear a lot about people saying, well, you know what, my dog's a marker. Well, what I hear when you say that is, I haven't set the boundaries very well for my dog on potty training because every urination from a dog is a mark. And when they have a mark in your house, and they go back, they can smell it, and that's permission to pee again. So they go, oh, I'm going to pee again. So that is it is marking, but every time they pee is a mark.
Okay.
Now we need to get that smell out of that carpeting or off that floor. And the way to do it is with a stain and odor with an enzyme in it. Petlands, we've got our own little version of it. You spray or pour that on there. You have to use a generous amount, but the enzyme goes in there and takes care of the smell that they smell that says, hey, it's okay to pee here. So you got to get that off the carpeting. And if you've got a lot of messes, go rent a carpet cleaner, use that as the solution, and clean those carpets with that so that you remove that smell that they smell that says, hey, it's okay to pee over here. So that's on one side of the behavior for modifying. Now, let's talk about when you are taking them outside. Kennel training is extremely good for potty training, and there's some other things it's really good for. But just on the potty training side of things, you're going to use it, and they're going to be in the kennel. When you get up in the morning, you pick them up out of the kennel, because if you open the door and let them run out, they have to pee, and they didn't want to pee in there because that's their sleeping spot.
Oh yeah, they ain't no dummies, are they?
Right. Okay, and so then they come out and they go, well, this isn't my sleeping spot. I'm going to go right here. Well, they'll go in your house now. So it's important to pick up their dog right at that beginning, take them outside, put them down on the grass. And now, oh, that feels so good.
Oh, I can let it go. I can let it go. Do your business. I can do my thing now.
But
I'm free.
But the first couple of times, they have no idea why you just picked me up, and now I'm on grass. And they don't really know, but I'm just doing it here. Now let's modify the behavior so they want to do it in the grass. So what you do is you get a little treat, a little chewy treat, and you don't need much. You just need something that'll give them taste. And so then when they're doing it, and it's immediately when they're doing it, you offer them a treat. So now, hey, I feel good. I'm peeing in the yard, and they're giving me a treat right now. And boy, does that thing taste good. It's like getting candy. And if you do it with enough repetitions and you're consistent, then they're like, I'm going to hold out this pee until I go outside, because every time I go outside,
I get a treat.
I get a little treat.
Oh, yeah.
And so now you're modifying a behavior so they want to go outside. And initially, they just want to do it because they know how to get a treat.
Right.
Long term, they're going to realize and understand, one, that's what we do, that's the boundary. But two, hey, that house thing that I'm running around with, that's my bed. That's my house. I don't pee in my bed.
Okay, amen. I'm no dummy.
And so they learn that over time. And so when you have an accident, you make sure you clean it up with a stain and odor. And then you promote them to go outside. Now, things to not do Hitting doesn't
Okay.
work.
Okay.
It hurts the matter, and it's not good for the dog.
Mm-hmm.
And yelling. Yelling will
Oh.
only hurt matters in there. In that there was a gentleman that I knew very, very well, kind individual, really good guy, good to his kids. Once he yelled at the dog because it peed in the house.
Oh.
From then on, whenever he walks in the door and he goes, "Hey, honey, I'm home," the dog pees.
Got scared.
He's scared.
Oh.
He didn't even address the dog.
Oh.
So now you don't want to raise your voice. You want to just keep it
Excellent.
normal. And so you got to keep
Gotta
it.
keep 'em-
Even
yes.
when, and you know what? We all get to that point where we're like going,
Yeah. Shaking my head, my fist.
Yeah,
whatnot.
I'm pulling my hair.
Hey, I used to have
I've
a whole
pulled
bunch
all-
of. There
both.
it is, man. See, you know what I'm talking about? I had a whole bunch of hair.
we both know. We've been there.
I pulled my head off. I had an afro about a week ago. See what happened to me.
It's, and this is true with children. This
Yeah.
is true with
Yeah.
your spouse.
Yeah.
It's true with your pets.
Yeah.
Don't be yelling. Don't be hitting.
Amen.
And so-
Man, you know what? You have some very, very good points here. And now environmental is that's what
let's get some examples of environmental. So now you're getting into how do they function in the house. So where do they get water?
Oh, okay.
Where is their bed? Is it in the
Okay.
kennel? Some good reasons why a kennel is also good is because just like you want to think of the kennel not as a cage.
Okay.
We look at it and think of jail.
Yes.
Yeah, bad.
Yes.
We need to turn that around and think of it more like a crib.
Okay.
Wait, hey, a crib's got rungs.
Okay. A
Think
crib.
about a playpen.
That's my house.
Hey, a playpen's got
Yeah,
walls. You can think of it as a house. House got wall. It is their place for time out.
Okay,
It's
now-
their place for sleeping.
Now, do you leave the cage door open?
Do you leave the crib open?
When I close my door, I want nobody coming in.
Your crib. You are so funny.
Hey,
I lost you there for a second, but I'm with you now.
You're with me now. You understand what I'm getting at? I got to throw that little joke in
The
there.
baby
No,
crib?
but your baby. Oh, that type of crib.
You're not going to leave the baby crib
no,
open.
we're not. We're going to
in fact, if the baby, let's say the walls weren't high enough or something, and the baby was able to crawl out, that crib's no longer safe.
That's right.
I remember when both Emily and Andrew started crawling out of the crib. Crib got taken away because I don't want them falling out.
Yes.
Same thing with the kennel. It is a safe zone. They
Okay.
need to be contained because
Okay.
it's a safety thing for these
pet.
guys.
Yes.
Because when
Sleep.
do you see this?
You
You need to get this.
You need to get this little puppy
This is
right here.
Pug in action
He
right
is
here.
asleep. You need to get a shot of this dog right here. Can we get a shot of
He's
it?
snoring on top
He's
of that.
snoring too?
Yeah, he's snoring over
Oh
there.
my god! And he's moving. Look like he's breathing.
Yeah.
You need to get a
Some
shot of
heavy
that.
breathing
Look at that.
and everything.
Look at that little dog. He is crashed out, man. Are we boring you? Look at dog. It's crashed out. And he's snoring. Okay,
Yeah.
you got to that. Okay.
What's
there you go.
happening is not only is this one saying, "Okay, you're in charge," but I'm relaxed.
You relax. They don't be relaxed with me
Yeah,
for some strange
I
reason.
trust you here.
Yeah, he did. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Man, you're the dog whisperer, man. I can never do like that. I mean, the dog wiggle a while, and you see him while he's trying to get on back of my neck, though. Let me try it. Now, I want you to go to sleep, too. Okay, here we go.
Lyle, isn't this interesting?
Yes, it is. Okay, don't do this to me.
Oh,
don't embarrass.
You got a strong-willed child.
Okay,
there
got
now.
it. I got. He's a strong-willed one.
Here, put him in your lap. Do that lap thing.
Okay,
That's a lot
okay.
easier.
That's a lot
I'm doing
easier?
this so that you can
okay.
see it.
Oh, okay, good.
And also, once you get
Yes.
once my
yes.
little Susie at home, I got used to it in my lab. Well, then I just do this. When I get home, Susie, I lift her up,
Yeah.
I put her in my arms, and she just melts down.
Oh my goodness.
She's
I
not
love
a wiggle
it, man.
monster
I
anymore.
love it, man.
It took 2 days,
Oh, wow.
and then after that, she did exactly this. She just
man.
melts in your arm.
That's one of those Kodak moments, when you have a.
You're
That
getting
really is.
the legs twitching.
Yes,
I think
yeah.
she's running. She's chasing a rabbit right now.
Well, now how you doing, huh?
So
Yes.
the kennel is an important
okay.
tool to have because it's going to help you, one, keep the dog safe. Because when you're not paying attention, that dog can get up and get into trouble.
Yes,
and
could.
it might get into some
Yeah.
chemicals that
Yeah.
you had brought out, you forgot about.
He might wake up and wonder where the heck am I?
How did I get here?
How did I get? His eyes got so big, like, where am? Okay, now, I'm not in my kennel no more. What the heck am I? The dog eyes got real big, boy. I love it, boy.
Got bored.
Yeah, oh, now you're back to sleep now. Okay.
So that's the importance of the kennel. Now the kennel also at night, that was Callie's issue. You know how I said Callie was a little bit of an older dog when I got her? The previous owners did exactly that, left the door open.
Okay.
Callie, whenever she felt like peeing, got out of kennel, peed out in the house,
go back in,
came back in. And so that's part, I know, we want to leave the door open. Yeah. We want to have them in our beds, and a lot of people do.
Yeah, people have them in their beds all the time.
They do that. Sometimes,
is that good or bad?
Well, it depends. It depends on your personal preference.
Okay.
Do I want something more in my bed? For me, I'm very adamant, and Wendy doesn't like this, but I'm very adamant. It's you and I, Wendy. We're the ones in the bed.
Okay.
Nothing else. Yeah. Not even our kids.
Okay.
So that's how I look at it.
Okay.
And I don't think I'm not bad or good because it's just the way I am. Now, some people want to have that dog in there.
Sleep with the dog in the bed. Next to the dog, it's like, I'm cold. Come on up here, Susie, the dog, and put the cover over the dog and crash out sleep. I'm saying, heck, man, what you sleep with the dog in the bed for, man? The dog, get the dog on the rug. The dog's warm. Too much information for me, man. I don't want to know nothing.
You know
like
what's
that.
interesting? You just said the dog is warmer. They actually are.
Oh, really?
A lot of people, when you discover the temperature of your dog, you're like, oh, my dog's got a fever. Dogs naturally keep a temperature of 99 to 101, somewhere in that range.
Really?
And so, so that's why we, especially in the wintertime, get that dog close. He's a little fire.
Oh, yeah.
And so you're warming up with your dog.
Now
your dog's probably like thinking, you're cold.
Yeah, you're cold, man. Get out. I hear. Dad, I didn't know.
So that's why we like to have a dog cuddle us, because they're warmer. Now in the summer it might be different, but
no, they do it in the summer. Man, it's the summertime out here. Why you want your dog in your bed for, bro?
So,
the dog,
but there are people that like them in the bed.
I know
you know what? That's okay. At the beginning, you're taking a risk of whether they're going to potty in that bed also.
Yeah.
So I just say, for safety's sake, at this point, and good, consistent. Training has to be consistent.
Okay.
And there's a frequency that you have to you have to do it on a frequent basis so that they learn the trends. So you got to do it so many times before they learn, when I do this, you do that. All right, I'm not going to do that, or I am going to do that. So that's what training is all about. So that's why kennel is a really important part of that training, because it's a place to put that little thing at night so it doesn't get into trouble and it doesn't pee or poo around the house. You're limiting the amount of accidents around the house.
Wow, that's some good information, man.
So
that's some good information for a lot of people.
So that was environmental.
Yeah.
Let's bump over to the nutritional.
Nutritional, yep.
I advocate for a higher quality food, and everybody will relate with this in a second, because when you are feeding any kind of dog food, you want to make sure we want them to eat the good stuff, type thing. And with better quality dog food, everybody thinks, well, that's more expensive. You know what? I don't have that kind of money sitting in my pocket right now. And what I'm going to show you is it costs the same amount to feed a great nutritional product as it does a cheaper product.
Right.
So if you just go to the typical store that carries all the name brands and all that kind of stuff, let's just call that the cheap food.
Yeah, okay.
Because they're selling on price. That's how that market has progressed. I think at one point it was into the quality foods, but at this point it's all, how low can I get that bag of dog food, and I'll buy that one.
Yeah.
Now, when you come to Petland, we're going to show you really good nutritional products in there.
Okay.
And your first look, you're going to go, wow, that's more expensive. But what happens is you're going to feed half as much of our product as you will all those other products that you find at the other stores.
Okay. So nutrition, like you're talking about, you should go with quality type of dog food for dogs and cats and cats and whatnot. And you do have other animals like birds, stuff like that. You have stuff like that and everything.
Right.
So we have to go with nutrition. Yes. No, don't be biting the mic again to nutrition type stuff. So that's a good. Now you look at my tie. Now I really do like that because the little one is really something else, boy.
The reason why you're not spending any more for the higher quality food, but you're getting a lot of benefit, and that is they'll eat half as much. Guess what? They'll do half as much as a result.
Use the bathroom.
When it comes to exactly.
Yes.
So you'll pick up half as much.
Oh, okay.
So there's a benefit that you didn't even have to pay for because it's the same price in the long run. Now you also get to have all the supplements, and we know that there's certain supplements that we know work for us. There's certain supplements that we know work for the dogs too, and the cats. And so you get all the supplements on top of that.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of benefit on feeding a great nutrition, and you don't have to spend any more money to do it.
Yeah. You know what, man? This has been remarkable. How you doing, little man? I'm gonna let you go to the camera. This has been. He don't want to go to. Hey, little man. This has been remarkable, man. Hey, Ronnie, I appreciate you even coming on the show like this and talking to viewers about pet care, about puppies, raising puppies, and these two little adorable type of creatures that you have. Yeah. I appreciate that, man. And knowing, I have definitely learned something. Yeah. I'm serious in my heart. I've learned something.
The iceberg.
Right. So I definitely, I'm gonna have to have it back on the show again, man. Maybe do a little bit of a part 2 type thing. To
bring in some other pets.
Yeah, bring in some other pets in, whatever like that. So I appreciate that. And I hope the viewers got a little bit about what's going on about little puppies and how to raise puppies. They are part of our family. You know, that they're like me and you. They are beautiful, beautiful animals and whatnot. They deserve to be loved, deserve to be treated with respect, they deserve to be treated like royalty because they're part of us. And I hope that the viewers really learn a little bit about raising pets and about a little bit about nutrition from the show, And I want to thank you, say, Ronnie, man, you're blessed, man. I'm gonna call you a dog whisperer, man, because you learn the dog is snoring. I'm serious, the dog is snoring over here. He's snoring. I didn't think dogs snore, but they do now.
Oh, pugs
do. I see that they snore, but man, breathing hard. Oh my goodness, this one right here is just so relaxed. So this little adorable dog. See, this is my twin. See, look at you. Okay, don't stop looking like that, man. Okay, I should put some glasses on you.
People are shaking their heads right now.
Yes, like, oh, okay, he looks better than me. Okay, hey, don't do that. See, oh, there we go. Yes, he's a beautiful one. Beautiful little dog at Petland. So this is a beautiful little Yorkie, and that's a pug right there.
Yes.
So, man, if anything we get from the show, a little bit about house training a little puppy and about nutrition type of thing. So we want to, I want to say one thing too, that coming in June, I'm going to do a segment on the show called Adopt a Pet. And so I want y'all to stay tuned to that segment in June about adopting the pets and get involved with the pets. And, just like, we should keep our pets spayed and neutered.
Oh, yeah.
We should keep our pets spayed and neutered. That's one thing we should be doing. The pet population is really big. We don't need abandoned dogs everywhere. We need to really take care of these animals. They are part of us. Look how beautiful. Oh, look at this. This is me. Okay, so this is a little boy right now. See, I'm just crazy with dogs, though. But I love animals. I want y'all to really stay tuned for more of the Lyle Style Show, more of the shows coming up that we're doing here. I hope you enjoyed this one with Ronnie here. He's the owner of Petland, a beautiful place to raise animals. He knows a lot about Petland, too, a lot about pets and whatnot. So it was a blessing to him to come on the show. It really was nice, Ronnie. It really was.
Thank you.
Next time you bring your wife on the show so she can have some little say about.
She's the behind the scenes.
She's behind the scenes. Yeah, that's what she probably really know a lot that's going on.
She keeps me in tow.
So, as what I want to say is, keep styling and profiling. Till next time, we out of here. Peace. God bless you. Stay tuned.
The storms we've been through, no doubt